Welcome back to another episode of the Bournemouth Career Mode here in March of the third season. We have been lacking focus of the Premier League, where we currently sit 12th after 27 games. We have 16 points off the Europa League spot in which the board wants us to get to. And I don't have my mods, so I can actually get fired pretty quickly. So I'm going to have to focus on the league a lot more in these coming episodes. You're about to see a lot of Premier League gameplay. As far as FA Cup, we are still in it. We have a semi-final against Manchester City, and if we somehow win that, we have a very easy final to go back to back in the FA Cup, and we can get another Europa League ticket that way. The Europa League, we go ahead and beat. Who do we beat? We beat Bournemouth 5-7 in the preliminary round. We then go on to beat Benfica 5-3 in the round of 16. That was a crazy second leg there, I can't lie, even though we only won 1-0. And then the quarterfinals, we have a trip against Dortmund, where Spurs versus Juventus. That's probably the other hardest matchup, in Inter versus Real Sociedad. If Real Sociedad can win that, I think we have an easy trip possibly for the final of the Europa League. We have Everton up first today, as well as Man United, Nottingham Forest, and maybe leg one of this Dortmund game. We'll see if I play Nottingham Forest. I'm definitely going to play against Everton here. And actually, I probably should play more of Nottingham Forest than Everton. But I will play all three of them. Obviously, Nkosi's still out with an injury. He should be back relatively soon. Yeah, he is technically back, but he should be fully back in about 2 weeks or so. Oh, the kick clash. I hope, I might have been muted during that whole intro. If so, welcome back. If not, y'all know what's on the line. Fofana out wide to Reina. Reina crossed in for McAllister. He won't win that. Reina on the second ball, possibly. No. Fofana on the third. It will fall to Musa. Musa into Nketiah. Nketiah finds McAllister. McAllister finds a backer, and then it's 1-0 for Bournemouth. 12 games left in the season, and honestly, we need 12 wins. Hermoso just going up the field. He takes the ball and he's gone. Marquinhos is the only one making the run with him. He's got to try and find him. Hermoso cross back post for Marquinhos. Can't find him. Hermoso win the second ball and the third. Yunus Musa now to McAllister, and McAllister's shot deflected out for a goal kick. Reina wins the head off the goal kick. Back into Nketiah, back to Reina. Reina into McAllister. And McAllister already on the score sheet. Narrowly on the score sheet again. Musa can't find Gio Reina.
Sloppy in possession.
Hermoso wins the ball back. Gio Reina keeps it in, finding Nketiah. Nketiah back post for not back post, but in the box for McAllister. His header gets past the keeper. It's 2-0 for Bournemouth. We're in sole position here, and you know what? We're gonna have a lot of games in this episode, so we're gonna go ahead and jump to Sim and see if they can close it out just by themselves. And Prestiani comes on and he makes it 3-0, and that should close the deal here against Everton. It's a 3-0 win. It's a massive win. And we move on to Manchester United. Nottingham Forest lose. That's big as well. We are actually going to go ahead and play the highlights of this game against Manchester United. They're currently sitting in second. I don't have high hopes, so to get this over with quickly, we just play the highlights and we move on to that Nottingham Forest game, and then we will include the first leg against Dortmund of the Europa League as well in this episode.
Nothing wrong with the weather here at the Vitality Stadium. It's a clear night.
And Kosi is on the bench. Obviously, I have no option to really bring him in because all up to AI here. But 3 minutes in, and it's looking like Man United have a chance here, despite my whole team being back besides 2 players, in which Fofana wins the ball, and we can't get the counterattack. Like, let me go there. You gotta have like some type of leverage with this system. Every time I do the highlights, I'm just complaining about it. So is everybody else, because the highlights are the dumbest thing ever in this mode. Or at least the way they've been introduced and used are the dumbest way. Manchester United don't score there. We get a counter-attack 36 minutes in. If Marquinhos can find Nketiah, who's making that run onside, it should be 1-0 for Bournemouth. And it might be 1-0 for Bournemouth. Actually, the defender closed him down beautifully. Forced him on his left, forced him on his weaker foot, and he couldn't find the back of net. We actually get robbed there, can't lie. Lamar now for Man United. Lamar, Henderson with the save. Free kick here for Bournemouth, 55 minutes in. It's going to be Marquinhos to whip it in. Marquinhos whips it in. Front post for Gio Reyna, possibly no.
Well, he's lost it.
Nketiah on the ball, Militao, and I'm assuming that's Upamecano. He usually is always a Man United player. Nketiah into McAllister. It's 1-0 for Bournemouth. And that might be the way we get the win against United here. 61 minutes gone, and McAllister has the lead for Bournemouth. But here comes the penalty for Manchester United, and here goes the lead going away. It's Anthony. I'm going to shit straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. He goes to the right, and it's 1-1. I can actually make subs on here? That's cool, I guess. And that's the full-time whistle. A 1-1 draw. It's not a terrible result. Maybe if I would have dived on that penalty, it would have been 1-0. But we move on to Nottingham Forest.
It's Bournemouth, and they face Nottingham Forest. Thanks, Derek.
Game against Nottingham Forest. It's a must-win. They're close to us in the league table. We got to try and extend the point gap between us and try to start climbing up the table maybe. Fresnada's on for Rico Lewis just for arresting him for that Europa League game in a couple days. Marquinhos will lose the ball early on here.
For Bournemouth, they had a difficult match to contemplate last time and ended up drawing.
Burkhardt, can he get past Hermoso? No, he got past Silva, but couldn't get past the other one. Now Nketiah, he will lose the ball after a poor first touch, and here comes Gibb White. And Silva gets caught again. Hernandez, not Hernandez, Henderson makes the save, and then Nketiah carries it. Gio Reyna wins the ball, kickoff in for Fofana. Fofana takes a touch on the volley, and it's 1-0 for Bournemouth. A bright start to the second half here, and it leads to a Bournemouth goal. And some subs are coming on, and you might see a notable one. Nkosi's back into the team, and he's back onto the field, and no better place for him to come back on at home. We have changed our formation. We are now playing a 4-4-1-1 for currently. We'll probably go back to this formation if Nkosi can break into that starting 11. But honestly, I like the 4-4-2. I can't lie. 4-4-2 has been working. But maybe it's been working because it's two striker. We have Nkosi now. I love having a cam. I've always said I needed a cam, and here's Nkosi, and he finds Yunus Musa, and Yunus Musa finds the back of the net, and Nkosi gets an assist on his first game back and his first couple touches back. Wrench now. Wrench into Yunus Musa in for Nkosi, and Nkosi's cutting up the field. Nkosi, he wants to get on the score sheet, and Nkosi will get on the score sheet. It's 3-0, and it's a brace for Nkosi in his first 25 minutes back into the team.
Well, here we can see just how good.
They've given it away.
And that should be game over. A 3-0 win here against Nottingham Forest right before Dortmund in the quarterfinals of the Europa League.
Well, their main problem has been still
And with those 2 wins and draw against Manchester United, we currently sit 11th in the league. We are now 12 points off of off of Aston Villa. We are 5 points off of 8th against Wolves. We're 9 points off Arsenal, who's currently a game ahead of us. It's going to be a long road to even get to the Europa League spot. We have Crystal Palace up next, but before that, we do have the Europa League, which we are fighting for in the league right now. We have the quarterfinal against Dortmund. Let's go ahead and get into the first leg here in this episode. Alright, first leg here. Let's get to it. See if we can somehow get a win here. Dortmund, obviously, in real life, ever since losing their last game against a national team, they've been sitting. Gio Reyna, shot from distance. He's playing his former club, I guess, former IRL club. I don't know where I brought him at in this career mode. But McAllister crossed in, and Kedia almost had a free header there. Gio Reyna, free second ball. Marquinhos out wide for McAllister. Crossed in. Nobody's really there for that. McAllister wins the header. Yunus Musa puts it back in the mix. Reyna finds Nkea. Shot blocked out for a corner. Marquinhos into Hermoso. No. Gio Reyna. Not going to find McAllister. He will, but outside the box. Crossed in for Fofana. No. Yunus Musa out wide for McAllister. Over the top for Marquinhos. Keeper's going to have it. Gio Reyna in for Nkea. Nkea in for Fofana. Fofana looking to thread it through for Marquinhos. He will. Marquinhos! It's 1-0 for Bournemouth. It's a beautiful ball in. I believe it was from McAllister into Marquinhos. And it's 1-0.
Well, here's the replay. And just look how quickly they break forward once they win the ball.
Hermoso. Yunus Musa. Gio Reyna. Nkea into Marquinhos. Marquinhos! It's 2-0. It's a brace for Marquinhos. And Bournemouth are straight in front of here against Dortmund. At the home ground. Wrench almost puts it in the back of the net. It's a corner here for Dortmund. Marco Reus in for Thomas. Cleared out, and Marquinhos will have it with McAllister right next to him. Can he find him? Yes. McAllister back to Marquinhos. Over the top for Nkea. Nkea through. Nkea's first touch is massive. And straight into the keeper's hands. Marquinhos, beautiful ball into Gio Reyna, who finds Yunus Musa. Yunus Musa! It's 3-0. And honestly, we might be able to do one of these here against Dortmund. It's a 3-1 win here in the first leg. We move on to the second leg, where we should go through to the semifinals. That's actually going to be it for this episode, though. Leave a like, subscribe, and when we come back, more Premier League action. More Europa League action, maybe the FA Cup semifinal against City. Peace out.